Hey guys, this is Kyle from KSX Auto. In this video I'm going to be breaking down the install of my new E-fan for my boosted 240. This is my 1995 240SX S14, equipped with an eBay turbo kit that I purchased for $680 back in 2020. Since then, the 240 has become a dedicated drift car. Enjoy the video and feel free to ask questions in the comments. This has been together for 2 years now, running strong. Still on the factory MAF. I'm only running 9 pounds of boost. I have a drift event next weekend, next Saturday, so a week from today. And I got a lot to do. The main thing being replacing my original E-fan, this guy right here. After probably 10 to 15 years of service, there's play and it makes a terrible noise now. And it was getting hot last event, so I went ahead and picked up the other go-to drift fan, Ford Taurus 1995 from the 3.8. This guy has 4200 CFM. This guy over here was a Nissan Altima 95 fan, split in half. I gotta figure out how to get that guy mounted to there. And you figure out wiring. And that is the main goal before Saturday. I gotta do oil change and some other things. Another concern of mine is there's play. Back and forth and in and out. Hopefully that doesn't become an issue. So I'm trying to figure out how to wire up the Ford Taurus fan when Ultima fan got put in. So that's what's on car side as well. So I got ground pin just down there, and then we got, I'm assuming, iron loop. I'm gonna power one of them, see what happens, power the other, see if the same speed, or if we need both of those wires to power. Hopefully this does not up the fan, but let's see what happens. That's good. There's a shake to it. So let's see if the other wire is higher, lower, the same. Well, so yellow is high. Alright. So for wiring on the car side, I can get rid of the trailer brake connector on this side. Damn, dude, look at that on that guy. I had a visitor for half a second. Where'd he go? I can hear him. Oh, there he is. Damn. Everything should be set up for this to run. So I have it rough mock. This does work. I'll just make it nicer. I've zip tied all the wires out of the way. This is zip tied to here so this can't fall back into the pulleys. And I'm gonna start it at around 180-ish. The fan should kick on, cool down to 170, and then it should kick off. My backup plan, just in case the fan does not work, is water sprayer. So I'll just spray the radiator, cool the car down, and then I'll be pissed off and I'll come back to this another day. But if it works, that'll give me the confidence to mount the shroud and send it. All right, here goes nothing. Waiting for it to get the temp. She's starting to get a little bit of temperature. We're looking at 180. That light turn on and the fan start running. Feel like that should have kicked on by now, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's not moving. Give it to 190. Oh! 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 Going in there. Lights on. Should cut off 170. Dropping pretty fast. Perfect. It just shut off. 170, below 170. That went as flawless as it could have. That's awesome. That normally does not work first try. So I'll do a little bit better wire job, figure out a good way to mount the shroud to the actual radiator. Unfortunately, I'm out of time today. About an hour. I need to work on the fan shroud. Everything works on it now, but I need to patch one hole in the fan because I guess factory had something there. So let me show you what I'm talking about. This little bit down here, I just want to put like a metal plate so it seals. I got my little template here. So I'll make this out of aluminum, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna put a tab of aluminum here and here, weld it on, and then rivet it through the backside. We were able to get it to fit up pretty nice, I think. I'm still pretty new to fab work. It's gonna be a learning experience. Let me show you what we got. So she's fit in there, has a little bit of a bend to it. Now what I'm thinking is just tab here and a tab here. Rivet it through the backside to the plastic. I got these two little tabs, small one on this side, bigger guy, just like that. Yay. Welcome back to day 3 of working on the Ford Taurus fan install. I just welded up the tabs for the metal plate that I'm putting in to block that little hole. I haven't welded aluminum in a second. I'm kind of embarrassed to show you this, but let me show you my fine work. Oh yeah, that's at least 25 an hour right there. So she may not be pretty, but it's attached. That's all that matters. I was planning on putting some HVAC tape over this to seal up this gap anyways. There we go. Final product. No air will leak through. Alright, the last order of business is to get the fan mounted in the car. So let me show you what we're working with. So it fits pretty good in there. I am gonna have to shave off those mounting brackets on the side there. And I got these rib nuts up in the top, and then the bottom will just tuck in the little tray that wasn't before. Let's start by shaving these guys off and seeing where we're at. Alright, the last task at hand is to get the fan shroud mounted to the actual radiator. I have all my scraps and whatnot, trying to figure out the best way to get that guy mounted up in there. And I've decided on some aluminum L bracket. I'm just gonna run it down on both sides, and then just cut a slot into the shroud on both sides and wedge it in the bottom, and that should hold it in. So let's get it done. My plan right now is I'm gonna mount this to the rib nut that's right here, and then slot it into down here. Here's a better angle of what I was saying. Slots right down in there. Alright, time to drill a hole to mount that guy there. Here's my little transfer punch so I get my hole in the right spot. So I got my little transfer punch in there. Line it up and give it a tap. See if that was enough. A little hole for my drill. Alright, we got our 2 mounting brackets in. Now I need to just figure out how to mount the actual fan itself. I know I chopped off these little tabs, but I think I've decided I'm going to chop off this whole leg along this line. That way it's just straight all the way across. I can't fit. Oh, God. Alright, so now I just need to slot the shroud so this sits flush up against here. And I'll rivet it to the aluminum L piece here. Well, it's the make it or break it. I'm gonna slot the fan shroud. I hate this because if I get up here, everything I just did was a waste of time. So let's hope it works out. That's not straight at all. Might have got a little extra on the cut there and here. I got the top notched. Now I just need to notch the bottom so it'll sit flush, and then rivet it to the L bracket. I got too excited and went ahead and riveted this to the fan shroud, getting that I wanted to put some speed holes in it to get airflow, because you can see this is going to be up against the radiator here, so that's technically blocking airflow. So I'll have to drill them while mounted because I'm not drilling those out. These are going to be all my holes right here. Ow! It is mounted. So now I just get the pleasure to do this. You see how straight my now I get to do this on this side. Fully mounted. That ain't going nowhere. So the only thing that I have to do is just weather strip all around here so it has like a seal and it doesn't have this gap where all the air will escape. For here, I think I am just gonna be lazy. I'm just gonna stack up weather stripping right there. You can see here how it notches into the bottom on both sides, notched in there. Here's that little plate we made to cover that hole. It's all sealed up. So all this will just have airflow constantly, which I think was the issue before. So the old shroud, all that side paneling was covered. It's only moving air when the fan kicked on. With all of this just dead space, it'll have air constantly going through and cool better, especially with a stronger fan. Just gotta put that weather stripping on. There we go. He's mounted, not coming out now. All that's left is to finish up that side of the wiring right there. Make it all pretty. And then put all my hoses back. We got everything put together, the wires not in the way. I got my wires here, Tessa tape, so it looks professional. It's all sealed up and it's good to go. All right guys, that was a breakdown of an E-fan install on my boosted 240. If you guys find that interesting, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notified for the next episode where we take this and actually test it out on the track. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.